Altura has been designed as a one-stop solution for a teacher for the teaching learning process. A teacher can view the assessments for the subjects in the classes that they are aligned for their institute and also create new assessments from the assessment tab. So if you can see towards the left hand side in the corner you have more button and click on the assessment here. Let's take a look at the steps for creating the assessment. Navigate to the assessment section, which we are right there. Click the subject tile for which you want to create an assessment. For example, we are selecting Altura English Level 3 assessment. Select the class for which you need to create a new assessment. Right now we have grade 3rd A. A teacher can dive into the following functions. View active assessments, which will have the assessments which are still open with their end date. The past assessments, all the assessments which as a teacher you have created in the past. The future will have the assessments which hasn't been started yet. The draft folder will have all the assessments which have been created but haven't been published yet. In order to create an assessment, let's click on this button of add assessment, which is right there on your screen. Adding a new assessment requires 4 basic steps. This includes right from selecting the students to adding the questions, reviewing your question list, and then coming up to the settings wherein you can name the assessment with set their start date, end date, and few settings related to the paper, randomized questions and things. We'll look it further. Now on this step, you can select the students in your class. You want to deselect few of them. You don't want to give the certain kind of an assessment to these students. You can deselect the students as well. Click on next. On this step, you have various sub-steps. Start by selecting the assessment type. There are 2 types of assessments available, graded and remedial. Let's select graded assessment as assessment type. Now you get the option to select the questions that are available in the repository. In order to filter out the questions related to your requirement, you have a filter option. You can refine your search by these filters. Let's say we have taught them unit 1 and unit 2. We'll select that. You can select grammar and then filter the questions. So here are the questions that are displayed so that you have a set of questions that are more in sync with your requirements. The available filter shows up according to the selection. I'm choosing the questions which should go in my question paper. I can see how many questions I have selected. I want to give 5 questions to my students and then I'll click on next. Here I can review my entire question list. The moment you have reviewed the entire question list, you can go on next step. Before going on the next step, you can sort your question based on the score or the question type. The setting parts will have your few detail that needs to be entered. Create assessment 2023. Select start date. Select end date. Total score, your passing score, test duration can be edited as a teacher. The format of the paper is digital and here you can put the toggle key on or off depending upon your requirement and say saves assessment. So this is the message. As a teacher, you will get assessment has been created successfully and it will be reflected in the future tab. Let's go to the future tab and see.